Hey, what's up everyone? This is my Theraposa Stirmi. Now I just got this guy. He was a import. He is an import. And I've been wanting a Theraposa for a while, but hadn't had too much finding a Theraposa. Actually, of the Theraposas, there's three of them. There's a Theraposa blondie, which is commonly referred to as a Colombian Goliath bird eater. Then the Theraposa Stirmi, which is what I have here, which is referred to as a Burgundy Goliath bird eater. And then the Theraposa apothecis, or apathis, or something to that degree. And that's another one that I have, and that is referred to as a pink-foot Goliath, on account that when they're babies, they have really pink feet. All their feet are pink. Now the Burgundy also has pink feet, but it's usually only the top four. I just found this out. Whereas the apothecis has all 8 legs or feet that are pink. But I just put this guy in a cage. I got plenty of room for it to burrow down here in the little hide box, and I'm going to keep the cage really humid. Apparently one of the requirements is that they like a lot of humidity, so probably around the 80 to 85% humidity. So I'm going to make sure that cage gets a lot of humidity. I'm going to put a few more things in there just so that it can hide, but leaves and so on. One thing about the Theraposas is, from what I've been reading, I'm no expert. I literally just got this, and I've had my my Theraposa apothecis, for about a month now. So I'm certainly not an expert. But they have one of the most irritating, eradicating hairs. If you look at his back, I'm not sure if it's a male or female. See how it's almost bald? That's actually not good. That means it's probably pretty stressed out. And when I was rehousing it, it actually kicked up a lot of hairs as well. So he's not a happy camper, but we're gonna try to make him a happy camper and do what we can to let him acclimate. So like I said, I just rehoused it. I'm not going to try to feed it. The thing that I want it to do is sort of settle in. I haven't watched too many tarantula videos, nor do I talk to a lot of tarantula people. Seems like people have just not the friendliest way to give advice, and they're pretty adamant about one way does it all. It's only one way to raise these animals. But this animal's probably about 5.5 inches, and it's already huge. So I'm super excited to see this guy grow. The thing I love about the Theraposa species is I love that reddish brown body and those thick legs. The bird eater, the blondie, seems to get a little bit thicker, but I've heard that really, as far as growth goes, the Stirmi and the apothecis, they're all basically the same size. Some accounts that I've read has apothecis at 10 inches, whereas the Stirmi and the Colombian, the Stirmi and the blondie are like 11 inches. But when you're talking about a 10-inch spider and 11-inch spider, the only thing that you can think of is, oh my God, that's just huge. So this guy definitely is stressed out. You see how his legs are all kind of curled in, and he was actually just raised up a little bit in a very defensive position. So yeah, it's just, I love it. Theraposa Stirmi. My son, I actually got this for my son, and I paid $150 for it. But I'm thinking this is kind of cool. They had 2 more of these imports, and I'm going to go grab him one now because this was actually meant for him. But when I saw the sheer size of this thing, in my Theraposa apothecis is just so tiny. It's just a sling. I decided I wanted to get something really nice. But really quick before I go, I want to tell you an interesting story about this. So the Theraposa blondie, which is the Colombian Goliath bird eater, that animal actually sent me to the hospital. When I was 18 years old, I used to work at a pet store called Hayward Pets, and that's in Hayward, California. And we had a Colombian bird eater actually out on the counter, showing someone how big it was. And I got my face right down there. I was looking at it, sort of analyzing it. And I didn't know at the time, but I got really close to it, and it turned around real quick and rubbed the back of his leg and shot all those little hairs that you can see, those eradicating hairs from his the back of it, its abdomen, shot it right on my face. I was itchy right away, and I just felt, you know, a lot of sneezing, but didn't really think much of it because I didn't know what was going on with it. About an hour later, I get home and I'm noticing I'm having a really tough time breathing. I'm like, man, I can't breathe that well. What's going on? I really start to freak out. So I went to the emergency room, freaked out because this darn, well, I wasn't sure. I didn't know what was going on. I totally forgot about the tarantula that had flicked its hairs on me. So I went to the doctors and they started asking me a bunch of questions. Had I been exposed to any animals? And then I said, well, there was a spider that I was playing with at the pet store. And we started talking about it. And I told him it was a tarantula and a giant bird eater. And the doctor says, yep, that's what it is. They have these eradicating hairs that's meant to irritate you. And some people are allergic to them. So he gave me some Benadryl and that kind of cleared it right up. But yeah, that's my experience with the Theraposa blondie. But so your question is, why in the hell would you want another one, right? Anyways, that's just my wicked brain. But I'm going to put a little bit of moisture in the cage and then maybe put some leaves in there to make it a little bit more natural. Give them a few more places to hide. And that will be the end of this video. And once he gets settled in, I'll definitely update you guys and let you see more of this Theraposa Stirmi. Super excited about that. Again, I got to run out and get my son one right now. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.